Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. So let's talk about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has bursted into tears. She revealed on a show that she has been living in a sober house. Basically, she's been trying to get her shit together. I've been telling you guys, I've been thinking that Wendy Williams on that yay-ho, that hee-ha, that ooh-wee. She's on it because how the hell can she deal with Kevin Hunter and the situation that he has with his mistress that is allegedly pregnant, him buying her house, and trying to put on a nice face, a smiling face, and try to be happy for her audience and get that energy. She needed some help, and she went back to what she knows, and that is using drugs. Poor Wendy. Wendy Williams was able to get on stage and let us know that she has been going to a sober house, right after recording of the show. Yeah, hell yeah, she has to do that shit. Because how can you live, in a house with your husband has been with a woman for over 10 years, got her pregnant, brought her a house. Everybody knows she's not facing the facts. People want to know answers. People's question her about the situation. They want to know what's going on with your husband. What's your husband out here doing? And she's been avoiding the question because she has been suffering and she has been struggling with drug addiction and she's not trying to get high no more. I was like, damn. So that Graves' disease type of situation is not really true. We have Howard Stern come out and say that, hey, listen, Wendy, you're suffering from a mysterious illness. The mysterious illness was her being addicted to drugs again and getting back on the wagon, basically out here getting high. I was like, OMG. So it seems like Howard Stern had Wendy Williams admit what was really going on in her life, that she was battling drug addiction, and he was probably about to expose her because he said, you have a mystery illness. Where you been at? Come on. So now today she comes on the show and she let everybody know that she's suffering from a drug addiction and she's trying to get help, and she's going to Narcotics Anonymous, basically to get help. So what's going on with that situation? And especially if the rumors are true about her husband, Kevin Hunter, if he's actually physically abusing her or whatever, that's another reason to do drugs too as well. Another reason is the stress of trying to be number one, the stress of working every day, all that stress, and then dealing with negativity on a daily basis and having people hate you and love you when you talk about certain people. So damn, it went down. So I guess Wendy Williams' mistake was coming after Howard Stern because she came after him and she just said, he's Hollywood now. Howard Stern responded, what's up with that mystery, illness that you got going on? What's up with that? And basically he was alluding, and some people didn't know he was alluding to her being back on drugs. And then we had her faint on stage. We had her mumble and fumble over her words when she was interviewing the Locks, and she apologized. So she wasn't basically out and ill because she had Graves' disease. She was trying to get clean. She was trying to sober up, and I think a lot of the shit comes from her doctors, that she's getting prescribed medication, and then she probably gets some street pharmaceuticals as well. So what do you guys think about this situation? So maybe now the people that want to know the questions about Wendy Williams and her husband, Kevin Hunter, maybe she might slowly reveal what's going on. And is Kevin Hunter actually abusing Wendy, or is he actually trying to stop her from using drugs and trying to hold her back from getting high? And maybe she gets high and she goes into that padded room, allegedly that she has, that B. Scott said that she has in her house, where he allegedly says that, Kevin Hunter, physically abused Wendy Williams allegedly in the padded room that they have in their home. So what do you guys think about this situation? It is going down. Wendy Williams, OMG, the queen of media. She is being exposed, but she's exposing herself. But I don't think she would have came to this decision if it wasn't for Howard Stern, because she would have been talked about the situation. So we know when she fainted, when she had on stage, when she fainted, people was like, oh no, she's sick. I thought she was on that ooh wee. And basically she done came clean and came out with the information because you know what? She knows one thing: expose your truth before anybody else exposes your truth. And she knew that Howard Stern can expose her truth. And so Wendy Williams did respond to Howard Stern when Howard Stern said that she can never be him. She's never going to be him. And she has a mystery illness. Her staff members were so happy when she disappeared and she left and she wasn't there, at the studio when she was being replaced by other celebrities. He was saying that her employees was jumping up and down and happy, and she was afraid that she was going to be replaced. So if Wendy Williams is allegedly on drugs again, which she admitted on the show today, you know, it's probably been a hostile work environment. Could you imagine working with somebody that comes to work high on cocaine? Could you imagine how, like, they don't know how they're treating people and how superior they feel and how like empowered and better they feel than you when they're on that cocaine? So maybe all the shit that Howard Stern was saying was true, and now she's coming out with the truth. I was like, oh shit. And that's why Kevin Hunter went down to the studio while Wendy Williams had a leave of absence and was threatening the employees at the studio where Wendy Williams work at because he didn't want the secrets to be told. I was like, oh shit, it's going down. Howard Stern done lit a fire under Wendy Williams' ass. So we're gonna see if Wendy Williams gonna return to her old self and get back and be gritty, you know, be aggressive, get the information, get out there and say what she wanna say and do how she wanna do it, baby. Let's see if Wendy Williams come back because she's owning up to her truth and she's admitting her truth to the world. And you know what? It's hard to do that. It's hard. You know, she exposes everybody else's truth. That's one thing. But when you're in the line of that type of business, sometimes your truth is exposed. But she's trying to expose it herself and not let anybody else do it for her. I was like, damn, Wendy, it is going down. Poor Wendy. I feel sorry for her because everybody goes through some trials and tribulations, and especially when you have to do it on a national platform, on a syndicated show, and having a history and a reputation of this person, that person. You have to, you know, basically keep in mind that a lot of people want to see you fall, a lot of people want to see you fail, a lot of people want to take your spot, and then it all depends on how you get to the top, because you might see the same people that you kicked and stumped and spit on the way down, but basically she ain't trying to go down to the bottom. She's trying to stay to the top, baby, and she's trying to let everybody know, like, hey, I'm suffering. And plus, I think another reason why Wendy also admitted to, you know, suffering from her drug addiction is because, you know, there's a clause in her, you know, in her application and in her contract with the networks that there's a morality clause. So basically, if she says that she was suffering from, you know, drug addiction and things like that, that would help her basically out, because a lot of people are trying to come for Wendy Williams' spot. And, you know, the situation with her husband having this, you know, fiance and this baby, and that's all being exposed. You got people that got documentaries on it. You have, you know, people put out the address where, you know, Kevin Hunter's, you know, fiance, I mean, I think she might be his fiance sometime soon, but his mistress lives, and the baby and all this other situation. And then allegedly he's abusing her too as well. And then she's on a show acting like nothing happened. Her audience members, people that follow her, and women are going to start questioning whether Wendy Williams is the appropriate person to have on this platform. And she's going through all that, and she's not dealing with it publicly, and she's not bringing awareness to abuse and husbands cheating on her. So, you know, this is a good role for her to take, to say, hey, listen, I'm addicted to drugs. I've been addicted to drugs. I've been living in a sober house, and, you know, that's it. But then a lot of people like, damn, why you lie to us? You said you was sick. We was praying for you. We thought you was about to croak, but you not. You just on that ooh wee. You probably got that good ooh wee because you got that money. You know what I'm saying? And like, she kind of came at Wendy Houston and shit like that. But now look, she's in the same type of predicament that Wendy Houston was in. I'm just lost at this situation, but it is what it is. I always thought she was on that ooh wee, but we'll see Wendy Williams return and be fearless, right? Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples.